You know what's funny? I never thought that a cartoon show would be a key game changer to the way how I view life. Nickelodeon's Avatar: The Last Airbender was the station's highest grossing series in the station's history, and it's arguably the best cartoon series of all time. For those of you who never seen or heard of the show, it's about a young man named Aang and his life's destiny of not only saving the world, but also bringing and restoring balance to the world. In the show, there was a major division in the world. Well, there was ethnic and tribal wars, nations rising against other nations and conquering them, children losing their lives due to the war and to the conditions of their own environment. And just as the world is today, many people live their lives in fear for their daily survival. The storyline begins with the revelation that Aang ran away from his purpose of being the Avatar. He literally ran away from home and used his superpowers to freeze himself underwater for 100 years. Now, why did he run away? Honestly, because he thought that he was just a kid and he was really enjoying the playfulness of life and he didn't want things to change. I'm sure many of us here can relate to that one way or another, but eventually Aang was discovered and unfrozen 100 years later by some kids who will go on to be some of his closest friends. They helped Aang along his journey of accepting his life's calling, and they traveled with him to the places he needed to go so he could learn how to be a great avatar. Now, in this show, there were 4 nations: the Earth Kingdom, the Fire Nation, the Water Tribe, and the Air Temples, and each nation had bending abilities based on their nationality. So the Fire Nation could shoot fire out of their hands, and the Earth Kingdom could weaponize and manipulate rocks and soil, etc. Aang was from the Air Temple, so naturally he could air bend. And in real life, think of airbending as, consider a pilot operating a 200-ton aircraft, using wind and other mechanics to strategically lift an aircraft off the ground, navigate the skies, and land at a planned destination in a predetermined time. In the show, wind was Aang's superpower, and consider this: he needed to travel to each nation to find a master that would teach him how to tap into and perfect skills that already lied within him. Listen, this is my favorite show, and I'll spare you the full details, but ultimately, the storyline is about the wild adventures and the wisdom gained along the journey. And actually, along the road to pursuing his life's purpose, Aang encounters a guru from the Air Temples. Now, the guru was an old man with a bald head, a white goatee, and a fit athletic build. He agreed that Aang needed to travel to the 4 nations and master the 4 elements. But the guru also told Aang that he needed to master his inner world, that is, master his chakras, if he wanted to master the avatar state. The guru described that chakras are spinning pools of energy in our body, and when all is well, the chakras are spinning in perfect harmony. But from time to time, life gets messy, and what was once spinning can become slowed down, blocked, or stopped altogether, causing us, the human, to act out and not act in accordance to our true purpose. The guru went on to describe the 7 major chakras and what causes them to be blocked. And what did he say? Fear, guilt, grief, shame. These are some of the main areas that cause internal blocks. How did the guru say that one could remove these internal blocks? Oh, by forgiving yourself, by letting your fears become clear to yourself and surrendering them, by accepting yourself for who you are and loving all aspects of yourself, even your past mistakes and shortcomings. The guru explained that by tapping into the present moment through meditation, we can bring all these thoughts to our attention, deal with them individually, and free ourselves from all things that hold us back internally. And you see, this is why I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. Each episode has a fun adventure, but also inspirational, life-changing messages are meticulously woven into the storyline. Now, I typically refer to scripture when I discuss removing internal blocks, but just as with the cartoon show, I wanted the ability to reach a broader audience and not alienate anyone from this positive message. Even though I reference a cartoon show, Please understand that psychologists, spiritual leaders, counselors, and their counterparts from cultures all over the world vouch for this information of how to identify, categorize, and remove internal blocks. My workshop, this course that you are in right now, teaches our young people how to identify all things that hold them back internally and free themselves so they can power on to achieve their goals and their destiny in life. You see, before Aang knew any better, he wasn't ready for change. So he ran away and froze himself in isolation for 100 years. But we know and thoroughly understand that change just may be the only thing that is constant in this life. And so in other words, we're here now. We're going to deal with what's to come. And so this is how we boss up and move forward. We properly identify the areas in our lives that hold us back internally, and we take bold steps to freeing ourselves, healing ourselves, and restoring ourselves. Once we get honest with ourselves in this way, then we can operate in our true power and in our full potential.